Ceromancy is candle divination. We may commune with the forces beyond by listening in a language that is wordless. When one lights the candle, one makes a contract. One opens up a door to receive an answer. Think in your mind what you would like to divine of what has yet to come. And when I have my question solidified and I've meditated on it and I have a fair amount of molten wax within the candle, I would pour it into the basin. The molten wax will connect with water, and water is the most powerful divination medium known to our sorcery. Water holds no opinions, holds no expectations. It takes the shape of the forces around it.
Well, I think I got my question ready.
Excellent.
Do I just pick it up and pour it?
Yes. I would invite you to keep your mind clear, because the ignorant wizard or sorcerer will see what they wish.
Why does Albion School have the last remaining dragon egg?
What did you say? Kannen.
The grand history of magic. The beauty and tradition of Albion's School of Sorcery.
As approved and dictated by the Magisterium.
That is correct. Yes. So, in the beginning, there was but one world, as nature intended, and all had access to magic, mortal and mystical beings alike.
Yes, it went on this way for a great time. But eons ago, the great flood transpired. It covered the entire world as we know it. Many died in the great flood. And when the tides began to recede, a veil was present that was not before.
It established boundaries between the mystic and mortal realm, overlapping in space and time. This is why you find that if you were to look at a map of our continent of Anwin, you would find that it mirrors the mortal plane, for those of you who have commuted from there. And for those of you who were born on this side, you can now look and have an idea of what the mortal plane looks like.
And the realms being established was also the genesis of the Magisterium. It was formed as an organization which protects and serves all beings.
As magic was divided between the two worlds, with the majority, the lion's share, living in the magic plane, and the minority, the exponential minority, living in the mortal plane, the Magisterium in 79 AD determined that it would be wisest to steal the last of the magic from the mortal plane.
Being unfamiliar with magic powers as they were, proved to be a potential liability and danger to the world at large. So the Magisterium thought it best to try and control the situation.
It was this time that Mount Vesuvius erupted. Squish, welcome!
You're not as much.
You have pen and paper. I am so proud.
It's not mine.
That's fine. You do it with my office.
Yeah, I signed your yearbook.
This is my. Oh. Just when I thought the bar was the floor.
Squish, would you like a pen and paper?
What?
I have an extra pen and piece of paper if you'd like.
Yeah.
Good, let's continue.
Excellent. So, Mount Vesuvius erupts. Mount Vesuvius enacts the disaster of Pompeii from the forced leveraging of magic from the mortal plane. The Magisterium, however, relished in the surplus of magic that came to their side. This was a great boon for them, though it was a disaster on the mortal plane. And it actually ushered in one of the greatest periods of growth for the magic plane.
However, the Magisterium did realize the error of their ways, trying to move all of the magic from one side of the veil to another, and balance became the mission of the Magisterium. Always balance between the two realms, as we know it.
In their infinite wisdom.
And between that time and 900 AD.
Yes.
Always. And in 900 AD, Albion was born. He was the first mortal with the mark. He appeared as a babe on white sands. The Magisterium did not know what to do with this information, with this babe. They thought that the universe was taking care of itself. And so, not to disturb the balance, the homeostasis, they decided to leave the babe and only watch from afar. As hasty...
I apologize. You go first.
No, it's fine. Go on.
Yes, I just think it's important to note that the Magisterium ordered the child to be left to die on the white shores of Anwin for fear of his power. The being, known as the Black Fox, actually is what tipped the scales in this instance. As I'm sure you all are aware, those of you born on this side, you know the myth of Albion, of him meeting the various animals. This is the beginning, where the Black Fox provides him a name and begins to take him under his wing. It is now that the Black Fox begins his journey with Albion to introduce him to the other magical creatures of Anwin, the great four creatures that come to define your quest. First, to the Phoenix, who taught him the joy of music, vibrancy, passion.
Then Albion met the unicorn, who taught him language, and all was harmonious.
There was a period following where Albion, wanting to learn more, ventured up the mountain to meet the last dragon.
Yes.
The last dragon and Albion stayed together for a very, very long time. The Black Fox, jealous of this interaction, tampered with Albion's mark and sent him to the mortal plane.
Yes, thus trapping him there.
The dragon was so grief-stricken when the Black Fox stole him away that it descended from its mountain and destroyed much of Anwin. The Magisterium, in their infinite wisdom, interceded and neutralized.
Negotiated with the dragon.
Yes, we lost much of our oral history, as you'll find, moving into the next phase.
Yes. Anwin has not always been at peace, now has it?
No, it has not.
So, after the Magisterium negotiated with the dragon, thus preventing more destruction due to the Black Fox spiriting Albion away, Albion's mark trapped him in the mortal realm on the other side of the veil. But Albion, being who he was, he formed a collective, as it were, of other like-minded mortals, though not magical mortals. They met, and Albion had a goal of uniting both realms into one world. And he performed a ritual with these mortals. However, the ritual
was incomplete. It tore Albion's ments from space and time, creating a neutral ground where both mortal and mystical could meet on equal terms. This was the genesis of Albion's School of Sorcery.
Yes, you see, where we stand at this moment is neither mortal or mystic realm. We are in a bubble.
A very safe bubble,
yes,
where we can all share in our education.
Yes.
Now, as I'm sure you all remember from your childhoods, those of you, again, on the mystic plane would know this, Albion's journey did not end there.
No.
In his adulthood, his far advanced adulthood, there was not more that Albion could learn from the unicorn, the dragon, the phoenix.
Yes, the Black Fox approached Albion again. He
That is
came to
correct.
him as an old man and said that the knowledge that Albion had been seeking could only be found and gained and told to him by the great Scylla, the Scylla we know from Undine. And so, having no other choice, stuck in the mortal realm, in a place he did not know until the Black Fox transported him there, desperate for an option, he went to the waves, and he saw the Scylla, and he followed her under the waves. Albion has not been seen again since. Time passed, the dragon appeased, life went on. Albion did not appear. However, 40 years later, the first marks appeared on mortals.
The Magisterium in this time laid claim to Albion's School of Sorcery and used it to educate and monitor these new mortal magic users.
Yes, many were on the mortal realm and not mortals in the mystic realm. So
Absolutely.
they needed education, and the Magisterium thought the best place to do this is in a neutral ground, and thus established Albion School of Sorcery as we know it. Thank you.
So what I want to see is an extremely dramatic portrayal of the roles that have been written here today. Now, show us what you've got.
I mislike the feel of these woods. Creatures that live in a unicorn's forest learn a little magic of their own in their own time, merely concerned with disappearing.
Unicorns? I thought they only existed in fairy tales. This is a forest like any other, isn't it?
I don't want to understand a single word you're saying. Am I wrong?
I didn't at all.
No, I don't want to understand anything you say.
Oh, okay.
I want to feel it. Now, you, Celestine, you have a glamour about you that is undeniable. And I want to see that come to fruition. I want you to do your line delivery as if you are the only woman in the room.
Okay.
To almost push them out of the way. Step forward and deliver the lines to all of us so we know who the hell you are. So that's now.
Unicorns? I thought they only existed in fairy tales. This is a forest like any other, isn't it?
Then why do the leaf never all here? No! Why is there always right here? I tell you, there is one unicorn left in the world, and life lives in this world. Look at there. Am I the only unicorn there is? The last? Oh, look at me! Oh, that was very close to that one song.
I almost had it, but I was a little off.
You played that song a lot.
Okay.
How does this function?
It is based on your electrical energy that you impart,
May
as
I?
well as your musicality.
Here we go.
So, of course, as I did this,
Quite high energy.
you would be able to harness it.
Oh, it's right here.
Yeah, squeeze the little beast.
Yet again, your Zephyrus is showing.
I'll see you at lunch.
The incantations we will do today have a goal. Most spells do. It is called the intent. First, you have your intent, and it has to be clear and specific. So, for example, if I had a locket, lots of people wear lockets. If I had a locket and I wanted it to protect me while I wear it, but specifically, always as specific as possible. I want my locket to protect me from manipulation or emotional ensnaring So manipulation of the mind and of the heart while I wear it. That is a very specific goal that I have in mind for this locket. I have material components available to you other than the smoke. So I have a few herbs. These are common herbs. First of all, we have lavender. Lavender. Many of you are familiar with this herb. It's quite common. On top of smelling very good, its magical properties help with purification and bringing peace and calm. If you suffer from anxiety, we've had a person enchant something today that with the lavender's help to help them with anxiety when they wear it. When you do your enchantments, you will repeat your incantation at least 3 times. This is magical. We always operate in 3s. The common number is 9, if you really want it to be strong. Cards that bear my visage, send me a clear, true message. Sprinkle of this mugwort bland until this deck finally changes hand. So mote it be.
This locket touched by lavender fair, I wish to see those for whom I care. When I utter their name, I wish to know where they are and how they go. Until it opens by my hand, I want to feel across the land, so mote it be. This small jar, with mushrooms filled, let me love myself till the mushrooms are spilled. Entrapping this floral, lavender and pennyroyal, till in death I join the soil.
Look, it's me.
It's me too. Does everyone have a deck? Does everyone have a deck?
Yes.
Locus. All right, everybody, open your decks and begin to page through it. At the beginning, a wonderful place to start. I think that was in the film.
Beautiful, yeah.
The Sound of Music.
Yes.
She was blonde, I liked her. Each card has 2 meanings, an upright meaning and an inverted meaning. Inverted meanings can be a number of things. Sometimes they represent a weakness in character, a place where you can bolster yourself. They can be a full inversion in that it is the opposite of that card's initial meaning. It can also be a delay, meaning that this card will reach its full fulfillment, but not yet.
Humans in this realm can be a little questionable at times. Without my mark, I wouldn't have much of a stance to say anything. So.
Have you been mistreated because of your human status?
Yes, but I'm lucky in the fact that I'm a Montclair. Others aren't as lucky.
Does your family not embrace you?
Some of them do, in their own way.
Does your father?
My father is a wonderful provider, a very powerful sorcerer, and has given me the nurture that any Caspian might have, as we are left to isolation through most of our lives, as when one separates themselves from the corporeal realm, almost in survival, you will call out to the forces beyond, almost for company. It forges a psychic bond with the universe. So, I cannot speak ill of him. He's simply not everyone's cup of tea.
I don't want to alarm you, but I believe that you're being targeted by the administration.
I believe so as well.
They have made you, singled you out as an enemy of the Magisterium.
They were goddamn right.
Your little outburst at the Great Hall earlier today drew their attention, and I'm working on taking them down.
Excellent. What are you doing after the meetings tonight?
Having more meetings with my house.
You're coming here.
All right.
We're making posters. We're gonna TP the library.
Okay.
And we're gonna protest tomorrow.
Okay.
They've targeted me specifically because I said it was propaganda bullshit.
I can't confirm that, but you have absolutely been the most outspoken, and I would be remiss if I didn't say my concerns for you. Now, what I can tell you is that they've been hiding the last remaining dragon egg at Albion School. You found that out?
Yeah, I already heard about it.
Calem's house. Our first task was to solve a riddle. They said life and death. We found the last remaining dragon egg outside by the cemetery. What struck me as odd after returning it was that our house head, she said, and I quote, "You have accomplished what the magisterium could not."
But it was easy.
Yeah. Or at least withholding valuable information from the magisterium. Now for what, I can't quite pinpoint yet. But if it's as important and deep as I suspect it to be, they're going to fight tooth and nail to keep it that way. I did interview Professor Vigilis, the Undas house head. Caught him by surprise. He admitted it himself. I believe that has a vindictive view towards his father, who has a seat on the council and abandoned him years ago.
Copperpot is the one who's hosting the anti-mysterium meeting.
I'll just add her to a list of suspects then.
So what do you need? Because my great skill is I can create any distraction.
I would like for the attention to stick on you for a bit.
You got it.
Yeah. Now, I've already shown a couple of cards of my hand to both the headmaster Erasmus, who played dumb when I mentioned the dragon egg, and Undus househead, who acted nervous and admitted it.
Where is it?
The dragon egg? Last known location was with Calem's househead, who stowed it under the table.
So are you going to the pro meeting or are you going to go to the anti-meeting?
Well, I got cast in the play.
Well, it's at 9:30.
Is that 9:30?
The pro magisterium meeting is in the library at 9:30. The anti is in Copperpot's office at 9:30.
Okay. I need to go to the pro magisterium meeting to keep up appearances.
I'm going to the anti. If
Great.
I showed up at the pro,
That would...
everyone would instantly be like, what the fuck?
Right.
Squish.
Right. Alright.
We are having a bit of an informal meeting about the magisterium for those unfamiliar with the organization and what improvements could come to the magisterium.
Okay.
Would you like to sit?
Yeah, sure.
Yes, come sit, contribute to the conversation. Because whether you become a part of the magisterium and become a part of making those changes that you think the world wants and needs from the magisterium, from within the magisterium or from the outside of the magisterium, regardless, you are thinking about them. And all of you in this room, save you, Professor Solis, I suppose, you will be around for a while, but you students, you are the future of both realms. And to have strong opinions of the magisterium and how they do things and want to change things, that is how they change. Now, with any bureaucratic organization like the magisterium, change comes slowly.
And I think that's the problem.
Yes.
Because I would love to be able to innovate in that bureaucratic system.
Yes.
I don't feel I can. I don't feel my voice will be heard. I only think that I will be seen as a lunatic, as a rioter, as a punk, and as a freak.
Yes, I do agree, to get us back on track. I don't disagree with you. I respect the magisterium, and the magisterium is very important to me because it has given me great purpose in my life. It is very close to my heart. But I also know, like many people who are very close to my heart, it is imperfect. And it can be improved.
Like my homeland?
Yes.
I don't see a way it can change without some riots, some upheaval, revolutions, like name it. But back home, we try to tell people things. We try to get movement running, and I was a big part of some pretty big things. But it never worked when we took the bureaucratic ways. Like almost never worked. Like almost. But, and I don't necessarily want to form a riot, so that's why I'm here and trying to understand how we could implement those ideas that other people have, that we all have.
I would love to give all of you an opportunity to be involved with magisterium business, officially, here at Albion. Without having to join the magisterium itself, but you would get a taste of the sort of activities that you could do as a part of the magisterium, a trusted individual. Now, some of my Kalums already know, as the magisterium knight, the representative here, and Kalum house head, sometimes my duties of two things intertwine. The magisterium has business. Business that I am free to include any trusted student in. Now I ask you, and your curious minds, I know you are curious because you are already here. Would you like to take an adventure with me this evening?
Yes. I love it.
Yes.
Sure.
Warwick? Of course, sir. The Magisterium and House Kalum has procured an artifact of great import. The last dragon egg. Now, the Magisterium sent me on a mission to find this egg at Albion. Intelligence pointed us here, and my brilliant Kalum students helped interpret that information, that intelligence. And now we have this. As our Magisterium deputies, as it were, this evening, we will hatch this egg. I cannot say what we are about to do is not dangerous or unknown, seeing as a dragon egg has not been hatched in a long while. But I think most of you know who can help us. Magnolia. Correct.
Mm-hmm.
Shall we all pay her a visit?
Yes.
Yes. Let's away! The Keelys and I have found something I think you will find interesting. It is exactly what you think it is, I believe.
Oh, shit. My God.
Well, that answers that
You know what this means, right? Oh, my God. Well, do you know if it's...
I don't... What?
Is it viable?
It is. I have an idea. It is.
You know it. Feel it, yes.
It's viable? Aye. We may yet hatch it.
It's in there still. Oh, Bob, your uncle, yes! Okay, all right, get out of the way. I've always wanted to do this.
I defer to Magnolia, as this is her expertise.
We need candles. Come here and get some candles, folks. Someone get them, pass them around. I only have enough for a few students, so...
Aren't they trying to hatch it tonight, aren't we?
We gotta hatch it quickly. If it's still viable, that's real dangerous. We need to get that dragon out of there right now. Listen to me now.
That's everybody.
I've never done this before. But I have the instructions right here. I'm going to read them. They're written in Fae, so you can't read them, and I have a hard time too, but I can listen to the pages, and they'll tell me what to do. Anyone with a candle?
You let the camera through.
Surround the egg. We need heat. Okay? Bring your candles close. None of the time close. The lights. Okay, Reginald, that's
He doesn't
enough.
like the dark, I suppose.
He'll get his fantastic candle up.
Someone hold it just a little.
Everyone's around it, yes? Everyone, repeat after me. We're going to say it 5 times, okay? With feeling. Draconis viventum.
Draconis viventum. Draconis viventum. Draconis viventum. Draconis viventum. Draconis viventum.
Okay, 5 times, everyone, with feeling.
Draconis viventum. Draconis viventum. Draconis viventum. Draconis viventum. Draconis viventum.
Draconis viventum. Draconis viventum. Draconis viventum. Draconis viventum.
Draconis viventum.
No. Why? Hold on. There must be something else. I'm missing something. Uh-oh. Wait. Dragon's breath. Dragon's breath. I know it's something. What are you doing, Nifel? What have you done?
Oh, Jesus. Did you see that? She blew smoke.
Wait, you have to hold it. Hold it. Keep it warm. This can't be. How did you do that? You have to be its mother.
I am. Oh, shite.
What?
What is going on in here?
Lights, turn them on.
No, sorry, I'm just here.
I take a very long time to listen.
Nefel, what is going on? There's nobody else here. Are there no Undas here?
Yes.
Yes. Awika, I need you to go summon the Undas, and I need you to meet me in my office. All right. Remy.
Where are my Galens? Galens, you must go with me. You tell Nefel.
Professor Kaufman, how can we help?
Go to your houses. There's much that can be done tonight, but please don't tell anyone of this yet. I'm going to give it to an elemental, and Nefel can come and get it when she's ready. She's the mother. She has to care for it.
From the sword?
It's the sword the Black Bishop pierced you with. They're reacting to your child.
What does she mean by that? What does she mean by that? Reacting to the child.
We will explain all. Yes, please.
I will hold on.
Please.
I will hold.
It's okay.
I will hold.
Is that a psychic wound or?
No, this is a deeper wound. The sword that the Black Bishop pierced you with has reacted to the maternal energy, and it is fighting. Incantations is something we have not reached yet in the Undas, but no time like the present. Okay, so, all right.
This is purification.
I need to use a spell known as the Unseen Hand, but the pain of this spell may cause the spirit to leave the bodies, which is why I need the Undas. All right, there is a incantation. Gather your wands. I need you to focus on the heart of Nefel, and I need you to chant Tenere Animus, to hold the spirit. We need to hold it in place so that I can. The only thing about this spell is it requires implicit trust, which is very difficult from a dragon who's lied to me.
I'm sorry, Vigilus. I could not know your heart. Oh!
Personal issues
Forgive me. Forgive me.
The problem is if there is not implicit trust between, I will tear her heart out.
I trust you, Vigilus. Do you trust me?
I trust you. Right. Undas. Tenere Animus.
Tenere Animus. Tenere Animus. Tenere Animus. Tenere Animus.
Inconspictum!
Tenere Animus.
It is done. Shards of the sword. With the Black Bishop.
Oh.
This is the shard.
Vigilus. Let's go. Everyone, much has been illuminated. This is very dark magic the Vigilus has been under. However, I am so grateful to all of you that I can smile again. I love my child as I should. But we must deal with this dark magic later. Vigilus has to rest. The best thing you can do is to go to a revelry. Tell no one of this. Tell no one what has happened in this room. Ensure Vigilus's and I's safety. Please.
Do you need somewhere safe?
Here is safe. The safest you can make us is by pretending none of this happened. Go to the revelry. Thank you, Acer. Smart Calum, what happened? Go to the revelry. Now.
Have you ever seen a Yeti before?
Yeah, I've only seen about 3 in my lifetime though.
Oh man.
It's a treat. It's really a treat because Yetis are so independent. They don't like people.
They're very solitary animals.
Absolutely. You hardly ever see them. You have to have a new moon. It has to be just the right conditions. And it just happened to be so tonight. You're the best.
Do you feel like that's an omen for something?
Perhaps it is. I suppose I didn't think about it that way. I'm not much into divination, you see. I just follow the creatures.
She is falling apart.
Who's in shambles?
Everyone is in shambles. Also, do not take the truth serum. I do not recommend it. There's drugs in the other room. Also, I'm about to take llama pills.
What?
Yeah.
What's in it?
I don't know.
You say llama pills?
Yeah, it's essence of llama. Probably actual llama. I hope so. But yeah, someone gave me truth serum without telling me. Now I have to tell the truth. Yeah, Randy's a bad familiar. He does not love me back.
Didn't I?
No, you didn't. Yeah, I know. You're right.
Who knows? Perhaps one day you could be a professor here.
I've had one of these and I'm very drunk.
We're just practicing for dueling. We come back into a fucking shitstorm. Magic school. Tomorrow's gonna be fun.